Have you ever missed someone who doesn't even exist? How did that happen? You ever have a super lonely period of your life and you dream you have a partner? Like they're flirty and fun and you guys are in just a normal relationship? Sometimes I dream about this girl and when I wake up I miss her so much. Of course after like a minute of waking up I snap out of it. But for those first 10 or so seconds of waking up I am truly heartbroken because I felt a real connection to another human being for once only to realize it was all fake. I'm not particularly lonely in my waking life. Well, obviously I'm a little lonely at least on a subconscious level, but the dream loneliness hits extra hard. I was catfished. She was perfect, then found out it was a crazy ex with a year-long play. If only she showed that dedication when we were together. Fictional characters that have provided me a comfort when I felt like I had no one else. Not a person, but I deeply miss some places I've been to in my dreams. And sometimes some elements of them turn up randomly and nostalgia hits. Pretty bad knowing such a place does not exist and you can only find comfort in memories of it. Falling in love in a dream and then waking up. It's not fun. Yeah, I did write a novel once for fun and killed off one of my main characters halfway through and started missing her quite a bit in the second half of the book. It's weird how characters you basically pulled out of your ass can grow on you. When I was young, I had an imaginary older brother. I didn't play with him, but I wrote him letters. As I grew older, I would write "Dear Jamie" letters to relieve some stress or something. I'd write about school, about friendship stresses. I had grown up feeling like there was a brother-shaped hole in my life. I remember writing about that. It didn't make sense. I couldn't have had an older brother. My family would not have forgotten about a whole child. But I missed him. I felt his absence. I was 18 when my parents told me that I'd had an older brother. But he had been stillborn due to spina bifida complications. They had kept him a secret from us, due to the pain of his loss. He never got a name, but James had been on the top of their list. My parents had always been startled and made uncomfortable by my letter writing to Jamie. To this day, I still miss Jamie. I guess he did technically exist in some way, but he had been gone 6 years before I was even born. I've had an internet best friend for like 25 years, who I never met. She disappeared at one point for like 2 years. And this was a long time ago when virtual relationships of any kind didn't really exist. So if I told people, the reactions I got were literally, "You're a loser," "She doesn't even really exist." It makes you wonder what exists really means anymore. Met her in a dream. I knew I was dreaming. The girl my mind made up knew it was a dream. We connected, shared the moment and wanted to be in the dream state forever. We took care of each other, snuggled and just chilled after a while. Eventually she just sort of faded away and I knew I was about to wake up. Woke up with a wet pillow and thought it was sad that I'd have a dream like this. But kind of beautiful too. Taught me a little about living in the moment. My father was arrested 7 days before my second birthday. He pleaded no contest to 3 charges and served their respective 3-year terms concurrently, even though he deserved to be in prison for much longer. He had a supervised visitation when I was 5 and made it clear that he was disappointed in me. Growing up, I alternated between viewing him as a nearly supernaturally powerful monster and someone whose love I craved, even if it meant being abused. I met him when I was 19 and realized that he was just a sad old man that did horrible things because he only cared about himself. When I was 24, I learned that he died from cancer. I couldn't understand why I had such a strong sense of loss. Over time, I realized that I was grieving the father I had always longed to have, the man my father could have been. His death removed any ambiguity. He wasn't going to magically transform into that ideal image. He was dead, and the version of him I had been holding out hope for was never alive. He blamed everything he did on his upbringing and the trauma he experienced. Trauma he revisited on his wife and his own children. I have a wife and a young daughter. I always knew his excuses were a sham. I have experiential evidence of that now. I miss the version of me out there living life and thriving without being bogged down by mental illness. Always have very vivid dreams. One time I dreamed I was pregnant and it felt surreal. Sometimes it dawns on me that this might be a dream, but not then. It was so vivid and detailed in such a long dream. I was pregnant with a healthy baby girl, had a boyfriend and enough money to support a small family. Everyone was congratulating me. Everything was perfect. Then I woke up. No baby, no boyfriend, alone in my bed at 3 a.m. My arms outstretched to hug someone. Just really, I was hugging empty space. My flat stomach where my belly was supposed to be. My baby girl gone. It was devastating. Never cried so bad in my life. Dream haunted me for weeks. Tiniest things almost made me cry for 3 days. Damn you, brain. Edit. Typo. Also, thanks for the awards and my sympathy to all the others who lost people in their dreams or dreamed about people lost in real life. When I was sick with COVID, I had horrible fevers and would have vivid dreams. I lived at an entire life with my partner and kids. My real children were my dream kids as well. It was my partner that was a dream. Getting over the dreams when I was over the fever was like the most brutal breakup ever. I cried because I missed him so much. I had to do it in secret as they wouldn't understand since it was all just a dream. Not me, but one of the most famous Reddit comments of all time is about this. https www.reddit.com/r/askreddit/comments/shock7rc/comments/c3g403. When I was around 10 years old, I cried for weeks after I decided to say goodbye to my imaginary friend. Growing up as a child, I could not make friends. Autism is a bitch, so I just made up someone I could talk to in my head. It was much like you would imagine a conversation between a ventriloquist and his dummy would go. But thinking back, that was a necessary crutch to help me put my thoughts in order and to reason things out, as well as to keep myself company. Sometimes I still miss the personality that my ex made up to cover up the violent, sociopathic serial abuser underneath. I miss the characters of the books I enjoyed, mainly the reason I reread. I was and probably still am in love with my middle school best friend. That person is dead now, though, and doesn't exist anymore. Not literally dead, but not the person they used to be. The sands of time conquer all, I suppose. I dreamt I had a baby daughter. Waking up and realizing I would never have the chance to see that little precious bundle grow up. Hurt like a motherfucker, still does.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.